this is Cinema.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are giving you 5 more reviews. That means 5 games, 1 video. You will get all the information you need right here. Do not go anywhere because now you will get 5 games, 5 reviews, 5 ratings, actually 10 ratings, and all the information about all these games that you can probably buy if you want them, and you cannot buy them if you don't want them. You are here, ready for the action.
Yeah, let's go.
Whoop, 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 whoop. That's the new energy here on Board Gaming
just
Ramblings.
a disclaimer. We will not give you all of the information for these games. You have to go to Board Game Geek for that. But we will say what we think about them.
That is true. We're not like it, where it was designed, where it was manufactured, how
many
arrived,
play testers there are,
how many copies were printed.
Yes.
So actually, we'll give you very little of the information.
The rules we will not also tell you, like important stuff. But
no,
yeah.
so we will give you some information about these games. We're going to start off with the smallest game, How Dare You? This is a game from Lion, which is a new company. One of the people behind that, you probably know who are. We know this is a review copy, and we know the people. Or we actually don't know the designer, but we know the publisher, which is Christian Amundsen Østby. Østby.
From Aporta Games.
Yes, one of the designers and people behind Aporta Games. A new company, How Dare You? A game with a horrible cover, but a great inside. This is, spoiler alert, it's a fantastic game. This is a party trivia style game. It is a basically trivia game where every answer is a number, and every time you are going to read a card, so I'm going to do an example.
Yeah, let's do an example.
We're going to play the game here. It's a playthrough now. I'm going to draw a card. It's going to be history.
Okay.
And I'm going to do number 4, which was number of stabs Julius Caesar took when he was murdered.
Oh, 12.
And then you did not do it according to the rules because I had to guess.
Oh, yeah.
And then you basically bid higher and higher until somebody say, that's wrong, I dare you.
So if you say 13,
I say
and
13.
I say, that's too many.
And I will check it, and it was 23.
Okay, oh, that was a lot.
He was murdered by 60 people.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was just a Brutus guy.
No, 60 people.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people to kill one person. So so you learn stuff also in this game. What I like about this game is that it's very much fun. There is so much laughter around the table while we play this game. And it's quick, and it's very easy to teach. What do you think about How Dare You?
Yeah, I really like it. It's a perfect trivia game for me. I'm not into trivia games, but in this, it's not about knowing the exact amount, but just have a feeling. And sometimes we are way off, like all of us, and sometimes we are actually pretty close and just like so little off. And there's very much tension in the room sometimes. And I like that some of the cards give you a lot of negative points, and some cards give you a lot of, because the points are negative in this game.
Yes.
It is really able to play.
I will say that I don't think you're allowed to say that.
It's trademarked.
Sorry, I don't think that this is one of those games where it's more of an activity than a game. Like, I don't care that much about the points, but then again, I'm kind of like, it's harder to push when it's a high point card because we're gamers who play this and we want to win. But if you play this with people who are not gamers, they will just play the game.
Yeah, and sometimes I can say that, okay, I don't know the answer, but for example, if I know that you don't have any cards, I need to try to bust you. Yeah. So I will not like try to let it go. I will
let it go.
Yeah, I will play it a little bit as well.
I have to say, I'm sorry, but I would never have bought this game.
No.
Because this cover makes it look, and the name How Dare You, makes it look like it's going to be a game where I have to do silly things.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like I would have guessed this was like a game of daring people to do stupid things.
Yeah, we don't like that
with
game.
that kind of cover with these people looking very weird, it's kind of, it makes it look like, we're back, it makes it look like a game that forces you to be funny.
Yes.
So I'm
very
sad
happy
about
it's
that.
not that, but I agree.
So if you see this and you think that, it's a great game. So, rating.
Yeah, I think it's an 8.5. It's a really, really good party game.
I can't rate a party game that high because I'm a heavy Euro board gamer.
Oh, you're a Euro boy.
That's not... I don't know what that is. That's not the reason, but I'm going to give it a 4.
Because it's a party game?
I'm going to give it a 7.5. I think it's a great game, one I would like to play again, or one I know I will play again.
Yeah.
And almost one I will bring to Spiel because it's so small.
Let's
House of
do
Cats. So we're
House
going
of
to
Cats.
continue with the same kind of designer or same person, because
this is from Aporta Games.
And is it a review copy?
Yes, it is.
Yes. And it's actually very funny because it's made by Christian and also William Atia, who made Chaos.
Yeah.
That's a pretty weird combination and a fun combination. House of Cats, what kind of game is it?
It is a roll and write about putting it, like drawing numbers.
Yes.
And like it is cool because if you draw two twos next to each other, it becomes a room with the two in size. And you want to make rooms and draw a mouse and a cat. Cats.
One cat.
Cats.
It's a House of Cats, but you only get one. Now, the thing is that it's a great roll and write game. There's 4 different levels, so you basically have 4 different modes to play. And also, every time you're going to draw 4 random abilities, which is going to change up the game a little bit, what kind of bonuses you get. Like in most roll and write games, you get this kind of bonuses you can use. It's a very simple roll and write game, and I felt like all of the different levels kind of gave me a different feeling.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of variability in the box. Not like 16 levels like in Welcome to the Moon, but enough variability with then also the rooms and the special abilities will also change how they feel. So how did you feel about House of Cats?
I felt very good about it because I think this is a very solid roll and write. It gives me that feeling when I'm started on some rooms, like I've drawn like a 2 and a 4, and then we roll and I have to place them together.
Yes.
And I have to then but I block.
You're rolling 4 dice, choosing 3.
And now I'm blocking that that can't become a room anymore. Now I want to. Yeah, it's very very. I really like it, and I also love that they have included 4 different style of games in this like varieties basically. I'm going to give it a 7. It's a good roll and write.
I agree, it's a 7 for me. A good game and a very very simple rule. So you can play, especially the first level, you can play like almost without saying more than 1 minute of rules. Really enjoy that, and one that we will be keeping, I think, for me, because I like it. Next up we have Bamboo, one more of these smaller weird games we just played and loved. The White Castle.
Yes.
And Bamboo was one that came out earlier this year, but we never got a chance to play it. So now we got a copy. This is information that's not very important. It's made by Gourmand Milan, who made Bitoku, which we didn't love. But they also made Sabika, which we really liked last year. So Bamboo is a game where you are using these pieces of bamboo to do different actions. They have different colors, so you have to like try to get more than in one color. You don't have to. And then you're trying to use these sticks of incense, which is basically your action markers, telling you how many actions you can do, trying to get the right bamboo pieces back, building up your house, doing missions, and also trying to have like balance, like a feng shui of trying to have the right stuff in the right places in your home. It's a little colorful small game, small box, but is it fun? Let me know.
Yeah, I really like how the game looks, and I like the individual elements of this game. I like how when you are using the bamboo pieces, you're getting stuff back. So you have to think about then what your new possibilities will be. But overall, I think it took too much time.
Yes.
The box says 90 minutes. I think it was a little too. Not enough substance for the time that I put into it. And also, I didn't care immensely about what I did. It wasn't just like, oh, I do this and I have fun. It was all right, but nothing more for me. So I'm going to give it a 5.5. Nothing amazing for my part.
And we played it with 4, which was horribly long, and there was a little bit of interaction, but not too much, so it wasn't like, oh, it's adding so much. And we played 2, which was way better, but still a bit too long. I agree with you on that. I enjoyed the things I was doing. Basically, I agree with you. I enjoyed the things I was doing, but they were not feeling like wow and cool, and I wasn't like, oh, I don't know what to do now. Just like, oh, doing this is the best, trying to get this. It was a pleasant experience. I'm going to give it a 5.5 as well.
Yeah, like an average game.
Average game.
Next up is SpellBook.
Do you want to talk about it, or should I explain it?
Yeah, this is a Phil Walker Harding game. We really like his games. Like Baron Park, for example, we really enjoyed.
Many others.
And Llama Land was also pretty nice. In SpellBook, you are collecting these materia with runes on them, and you want to collect enough to actively learn these spells, which can then give you other ways to get materia or points or like that. It's the most boring game that I've played in a while.
I think it might be one of the most boring games I played the whole year.
Yeah, I think so.
It was so slow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I really wanted, like Phil Walker Harding, I always look forward to his games, but this was a real letdown. I didn't feel like any of the things I did was interesting.
Nope.
And like, even though I got an ability that's I could use, I'd rather not use it because it was like marginally just a little bit different than just playing the game with the standard action that you had. I would never play this again.
No, and we have played like there's 3 different sets of spells. We played all of them. We haven't played like mixing them together. That probably changed up the game a little bit. But it's just like there's no incentive to do anything else than like if you rush the game and somebody doesn't rush the game, you probably will win if you get a few spells as well. But also like we tried and we played the game and we're like, okay, we're not gonna rush the game now. Yeah. We will now try to learn the spells, and it was better.
Yeah, but it's still not interesting.
No, but it was
whole
better.
Thing, and you're starting with 2 materia, and to do something you need like 3 of a kind,
and then you get the worst.
Yeah, and you rather have like the 4 of a kind or 5 of a kind ability. So that means that the first 3 rounds you're just taking materia. And that's it.
And hopefully getting the same color, because it's very lucky you can take some from the middle. Yeah. That's fine.
You just get one.
If they're the ones you need. Very much luck, very, very light, not very interesting.
And I don't mind that the game has luck or is light, but I need it to be interesting. I think that it's a lot of games that are as simple in rules, but much more meaty and exciting for all players of all like skill level. I'm going to rate this. I don't know. Well, I seldom rate on the lower than 5.
Yes.
4.
Yeah, because we try to not play games that are below average. That's like what we work very hard to not have to play those games.
3?
I think like 4 is below average, and I think that I know people like this, and I think that if you like shorter family-style games, there is maybe something here.
But it's 45 minutes. We didn't spend though.
We took like 15 minutes. I don't see the interesting things here. I don't see the meaningful decisions. For me, I'm going to rate it a 4. I think it's a bore.
Yeah. Ha! That's a rhyme.
Next up, we have the last one for today, which is a heavy box. It is Vienna, number 5 in the Stefan Feld City Collection. We bought the first 4 deluxe editions, and the prices are skyrocketing. So we are like, we want to play the newer versions of Stefan Feld games because we're fans of Stefan Feld, but we are getting like the basic versions because. Yes. Yeah. Basically, the SpellBook was also a review copy.
Yes.
Host of Cats, we already said. Bamboo we bought, and this we bought as well. Vienna is a new implementation of La Isla, which is one of the games from Stefan Feld we have culled. It's a very one of the simpler Stefan Feld games. So when I saw that this was going to be like a version of La Isla, which was like the same price as the new version of Bora Bora. I was like, why is that? Because do I really need that? But I wanted to play it, so we bought it for all the money. Vienna has a basic version, which is the same as La Isla. We're not going to go deeply into that. You're trying to place pieces onto the board and trying to basically place around pieces that you can get, which score your points.
Multi-use card mechanism.
And this has an advanced version which adds some missions and money you can use to buy upgrades and stuff like that, which changes up the game. For me, I think the new version makes this La Isla just better.
Yeah, I agree. I think that La Isla was a cozy game from the beginning. I liked the multi-use cards. I liked how positioning yourself on the board, especially with 3 and 4 players, it can be pretty crowded on the board because you want the same pieces, and also trying to snag the set, like the symbols that are high on the, like shares, but like stocks or something. Yes, and I agree. I think that adding a layer with missions also gave me another incentive to go to other places on the map to fulfill those. And I thought it was a really nice addition to an already solid game.
Yeah, I like it. For me, it's like on the edge if we need to keep it or not.
Yeah.
Like, because I enjoyed it and but the setup is kind of horrible. It takes like a very long time placing loads of shits out on the board. I think that it's a fun game. For me, like, it's a 7.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
For me too.
It's a good game. It's a 7, but I don't know if I need to keep this 7 in the collection.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really solid game. It's just like I'm not in love with it, so I'm not going to choose that over other games when we decide what games we want to play.
And since we have decided we don't need to keep every single 7FL game in the world,
that might be a call.
Yeah, so we will see. We don't have
Time
the panel,
will show.
so we will see what happens. Those are 5 games.
Yeah.
5. I was almost like take them back and be like best and worst of the week. It's been a while since we did a keep or call.
Yes.
We'll get back to that.
But first, Spiel
all the games. And last year we did some like Spiel keep or call episodes. We're probably going to do that this time as well, with like mini reviews and maybe ratings and keep or call. If you would like to see that, like because when we rate stuff, like for example SpellBook, we're obviously not going to keep. Bamboo, we're not going to keep. Vienna, we're probably not going to keep. But we have done some of these now where we have like 4 or 5 reviews in the video. If you would like to also see like the keep or call paddle in those videos, let us know, because it's very easy.
Or instead of rating, I don't know. Pick and choose.
Like, no, I don't want to
rate anything.
Yeah. So that is an option, of course.
Yes.
If you are still here and you enjoy what we do, then you can help us out in a big way. It's fun and free for you and for me, and that is by giving us a victory point.
Yes, and you get victory points when you click that subscribe button down there. You can also click the bell button to get notifications every time we post a new video.
And that is the end of this video. I'm Johannes.
I'm Sinwa.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.